Hey everybody, it's Tatiana with Back to Fact. So today's Sunday, July 14th. I decided to sleep in a little bit, and when I woke up and checked social media, people were really keyed up. From my lefty friends, I was seeing posts and tweets saying, "You didn't know Donald Trump was a racist? Duh." And I wasn't seeing much from my righty friends, so of course I went to Twitter and saw what he had tweeted. So here's the tweet by the president, July 14th, 2019, at Real Donald Trump. So interesting to see progressive Democrat congresswomen who originally came from countries whose governments are a complete and total catastrophe, the worst, most corrupt, and inept anywhere in the world, if they even have a functioning government at all, now loudly and viciously telling the people of the United States, the greatest and most powerful nation on earth, how our government is to be run. Why don't they go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came? Then come back and show us how it is done. These places need your help badly. You can't leave fast enough. I'm sure that Nancy Pelosi would be very happy to quickly work out free travel arrangements. This set off an absolute firestorm. I don't have to tell you. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez replied and said, "You can't accept the fact that we don't fear you, Mr. Penguin." You can see that they see him as so sinister and so hateful that they talk to him like they would a supervillain. This is duh. And then I wasn't seeing much, of course, from my righty friends, I wasn't seeing much from my righty friends. So of course I went to Twitter and saw what he had tweeted. This is what he tweeted. So interesting to see progressive Democrat congresswomen who originally came from countries whose governments are a complete and total catastrophe, the worst, most corrupt, and inept anywhere in the world, if they even have a functioning government at all, now loudly and viciously telling the people of the United States, the greatest and most powerful nation on earth, how our government is to be run. Why don't they go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came? Then come back and show us how it is done. These places need your help badly. You can't leave fast enough. I'm sure that Nancy Pelosi would be very happy to quickly work out free travel arrangements, ! With 155 ! Would be very happy to quickly work out free travel arrangements! 155,000 people liked the tweet. I think his lesser tweets usually get maybe 50,000, between 50 and 100,000. 30,000 people commented and 32,000 people retweeted it, which means they didn't necessarily agree with it. They may have been retweeting it and commenting on it. So, first of all, I can completely understand why this is such a lightning rod issue, as much as I lament that it happened, and I feel like it's just another distraction for us. So, you got the left and you got the right. The establishment left watches the corporate media. The far left and progressives watch Democracy Now! And read The Intercept. The right watches Fox News and reads the Wall Street Journal editorial page, right? So what the right is thinking is the grand debate of this election is about socialism. We will never be a socialist country, Trump says at the State of the Union. We will never be like Venezuela. And then you have liberals saying, stop using Venezuela. We want to be like Sweden or Denmark. When people on the right maintain that Denmark and Sweden are not socialist countries. Government has not bought the means of production. There are many other reasons why conservative and libertarian economists say that Sweden and Denmark are not truly socialist in terms of the heavy hand that government has in running things. I spent some time voting Democrat for about 10 years. This was in direct response to the Iraq War. And my main reason for doing so was because I don't like lies. And the biggest lie of my early adult life was the Iraq War. From what I could gather, the media that was being really honest during that time was more like publications that progressives read now, precursors to The Intercept, News from Abroad, and occasionally corporate media here. But the New York Times was doing the reporting that was gunning for the war, and so was Fox News. To me, you have to look at their fruits, you have to look at their behavior. So fast forward to 2016, I can't imagine anything that a Republican would stand for that I would like. I remember hearing Ted Cruz saying he was going to move the capital of Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, and I was like, I hate that guy. I hate him. He was saying that at AIPAC. So I really couldn't imagine a Republican having any idea of what was good for the country based on actual facts or research. And this came from watching Fox News around the time of the Iraq War and after as well, even though I didn't really watch it. I just thought it was a basket of lies